It's working. A moment ago I tried to come live and it started playing some music. So no idea what's happened there. But here we are. Welcome to Wednesday. And technology is not my strong point, as you can probably tell. So coffee o'clock, it is 3 p.m. I'm part of consistently streaming 6 days per week where possible. I am here with you, having a coffee and catching up. How are you all and how is your week treating you? So I have no idea why it just played music when I tried to come online, but we've started again and hopefully everything is working fine. I have a film premiere to attend tomorrow in London, so I'm afraid I will not be coming live because I have to travel there in time, do a red carpet and then watch the film. There's an after party and make my way home again afterwards. So it's quite a busy day. I will be having an early night tonight to hopefully have enough energy and lower my inflammation in order to go out tomorrow. How are you all? T says hi there, and Pascal says bonjour Tracy. Welcome and thank you for joining. So yes, thankfully the temperature is a lot cooler in the UK now. It's still kind of mid-20s, which in itself is a hot day. It's hot weather. I am sweaty. But tomorrow, as I say, I will be on the underground in London at a red carpet, trying not to sweat or frizz or pass out from the heat. So we shall see. This is going to be very interesting. Camreg says hello. Hi there. If you are joining for a coffee, cheers and thank you for being here. So I've been doing lots of writing today, lots of brands that I am featuring and content creation, pictures, videos. I will be sitting down for the rest of the day and putting my feet up so my legs can rest as I edit all the content on my phone. Some of the content that I've been making, I've just been taking some photos talking about hidden disabilities and how people do not realise what you go through, how we suffer in silence and kind of mask and hide the things that cause us pain or fear or suffering in any form. Being an autistic woman, I have spent my entire life with a late diagnosis only a couple of years ago, kind of just trying to be normal, trying to act like everybody else, trying to think like everybody else, trying to feel like everybody else, when in all honesty, I kind of live the opposite way to most people. The things that people find really meaningful and they're passionate about, I think is very shallow and materialistic, and it does not inspire me at all. Equally, the things that I love in nature and animals and flowers and poetry, not many cool kids are into that. So it's kind of like speaking a foreign language with your peers. The people that you are supposed to be the most similar to, you actually end up being the polar opposite to. And that's kind of what autism has been for me throughout my life. Trying to kind of fit in a world that I kind of didn't enjoy and with things that I'm not interested in. And yes, I guess it's just seeing life differently with neurodivergence. Harish says, I'm fine. I hope that you will be the same. Oh, thank you very much. Ben sends love hearts. Thank you. And says, hi, Tracy, you look beautiful. Oh, thank you, Ben. Always so kind. But yes, I think masking autism is just something that many people go through, and it's becoming more popular now for late life diagnosis. As children are kind of picked up in schools when they are at preschool age. My son was diagnosed with autism, or began his diagnosis for autism. They kind of instinctively knew what was different or challenging for him, and then set the wheels in motion to have him diagnosed and all of the hospital appointments and everything that goes along with that, which then did not point the finger towards me. They never thought, who in this child's life could they have inherited this from? No, I was left under the radar, undetected, and had to ask for help and an assessment as a grown adult. Ali says, welcome, love you. Oh, thank you, Ali. Sending love to you too. And George says, I like you. Thank you, George. And then moving on to Elos Danlos, having a hidden physical disability, because I was so used to having a mental difference to other people, that neurodivergence, the way that I think and feel about life is so extremely different to the people around me. How I live physically is also incredibly different to the people around me. Being in chronic pain, passing out, collapsing was normal for me, has always been normal for me my whole life. I did not realise that other people were not used to pain. So when I gave birth without pain relief, when I sit through several hours, have to check the arm that they're on, several hours of tattoo at a time without pain relief, when I go through bodybuilding and I'm lifting extremely heavy weights and my strength and stamina is through the roof, people are saying, doesn't that hurt you? And I'm like, well, I'm kind of used to the pain of life. So to me, it doesn't seem as shocking. Other people, if they have a stomach ache or a headache, they kind of take a day off work, or if they get injured, they go straight to the hospital. I'm the kind of person that as soon as I've had surgery, I come out straight away and I cook a dinner for my family and I'll go and do some housework and get back to writing. So I'm really unfazed by injuries and pain. Because I've been through so much pain in life, and learning to kind of talk about that now, I think is a really big hurdle for me, because it's something I've always kind of concealed and kept to myself. I don't like to complain. I don't like to explain. I just keep calm and carry on. You know, it's such a British thing to do. But now I think it's really important for the benefit of my children, who also have the same symptoms as me, that this is understood, diagnosed, and awareness is raised, so that people don't have to suffer in silence with hidden disabilities. Because ultimately, many disabled people are left unemployed or fired from their jobs because they cannot show up, because they are bedridden, or because they are in pain and they cannot focus. And this kind of domino effect that it has on their lives when they are misunderstood and people do not realise what is going on. So I feel like, you know, I have to speak about this and bring this to light, because it's something that has had a very massive impact on my own life. And now that I am finally diagnosed, I feel like I am allowed to address this, rather than pretending it doesn't happen, rather than if somebody asks me, how are you? And I say, fine. Well, I am fine, but my level of fine is your level of agony. And I guess it's just kind of addressing the realities of life and the challenges that we go through behind closed doors that nobody would ever really know or care to ask about, if ever. Scrolling your comments, guys, Ali has sent a thumbs up. Thank you. Jerome sends a heart. Thank you. And Lucy says, hi, Tracy. Hi, how are you? How is your new tattoo? Have you got it yet? And Jerome says, kiss, thank you. And somebody's name in a foreign language I can't read says, hi, strong sister. Hi there and welcome. Sebastian says, hello, Tracy. Bisus, thank you very much. Ali sends a peace sign. Thank you, Ali. And Sebastian says, Bella, Tracy. Thank you. Ben says, I'm feeling depressed. Everything I truly want my dreams to come true is extremely hard. Well, I think, Ben, we can all sympathise with that, because dreams are dreams for a reason. If we were all handed the world on a plate, a silver spoon in our mouth, born with millions of pounds in the bank, and everybody tells us we're wonderful and we never have to try, everything just falls at our feet, would that feel like success? I, for one, can wholeheartedly tell you that if there is not challenge in something, I don't enjoy it as much. I don't feel like I've earned it. I don't feel like I've grown, that I've kind of gone through something in order to achieve it. If somebody just hands me something for free, it doesn't feel as valuable as something that I've had to work for and then go and choose to get, because we're putting that cost onto something of what it takes us, whether that's expertise of our time, man hours, or skills, or the fact that we've had to part with money in order to receive that. And yes, it's lovely to receive gifts, birthdays and Christmas, and loved ones doing nice things for us. But ultimately, the things that matter the most to us, like our dreams in life, have to be earned. And they can't come easily, as they will not feel as amazing. If everything was easy, we would have no gratitude. We would not celebrate it. We would be bored senseless. So dreams being difficult to achieve is what makes them so incredible when you do achieve them. And even if you never get to that point where you achieve your dreams, maybe go into space, for example, you can still enjoy that journey on the way of learning about it, of researching it, of surrounding yourself with something new that excites you and makes you feel inspired and motivated. And that in itself is a beautiful process. We don't always have to reach the end goal in order to benefit from the journey. So I hope that you will still continue to pursue your dreams, Ben, even if it feels like it's so impossible. Anything in life is possible, but it's not guaranteed. And if you got it easily, I promise you, it would not feel like a dream. You would totally take it for granted. So work hard, put your time, your love and your effort and energy into everything that you want to achieve. And if it is meant to be, it will find its way to you. Sebastian says, I love you, Tracy. Oh, thank you. And Lucy says, I'm the same. It's like I'm testing myself to see if I'm still able to function. Yes, because we are so used to not showing weakness, to kind of that stiff upper lip and pushing through and carrying on. But as we go through life, our bodies do change. And obviously with age, things will get a little bit harder. We're no longer as energetic as we once were. We might not be as physically strong as we once were. And we certainly don't recover as fast as we once did. However, when you do have a hidden disability, it's almost like you have aged more quickly than what you look like. So if somebody were to see me in the street, they would just think I'm a middle-aged. I don't know what you categorize different age groups. I'm in my late 30s. They may think she can stand for hours. She can go in queue. She can go and pick things up. She's not going to be the same as a 60-year-old who may need a walking stick to sit down on public transport, to kind of take their time to do something because it's going to be a bit more achy and painful for them. So they're not going to be as fast. However, I may be more disabled than that 60-year-old because I live with chronic pain and inflammation and a disability you cannot see. So people are almost rude because they think you're normal. They treat you as somebody who should be able to do that. And when you're really struggling, you know, there are good days and bad. Some days I feel incredibly amazing, on top of the world, superhuman like myself. Other days I'm bedbound and I can't move and I'm in agony. And I really have to put on a brave face just for people not to realise how badly I'm suffering, because I wouldn't want anyone to worry about me. And so, yeah, I think when you don't have a physical disability, you're not in a wheelchair or you're not an amputee or something, people don't realise what you go through. So I was taking some pictures earlier of my disability, my Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, hypermobility, and kind of just stood in a fashionable outfit and wanted to show the difference of what people see versus my reality. So they may see me posing or smiling or going about my life as a model, as an influencer, but they don't realise how jelly-like my body is, how even sitting upright feels like I ran a race, how exhausted I become. So I wanted to show just how flexible my body is in ways that people would never normally see. Because my hidden disability is me fighting to look normal, to behave normal, to think normal, to kind of go below the radar undetected as being different from everybody else. And that's ultimately what masking is, to look like you are normal whilst trying so hard just to be normal. Whilst everybody else, normal is their base level. For me, appearing normal, looking normal, behaving normal is me fighting so hard to bring myself up to that level, just what people do naturally.